California's housing market is shaking, and not just from earthquakes. In 2025, some of the Golden State's hottest cities are cooling off fast. Home prices are sliding, listings are piling up, and for the first time in years, buyers are calling the shots. So, where are prices in freefall? Which cities are seeing inventory explosions? And is your dream home about to lose $50,000 in value overnight? From tech hubs to famous beach towns, let's dive into the 10 California cities where home prices are expected to crash in 2025.
Number 10. Los Angeles. Los Angeles has always dazzled with palm-lined streets, luxury homes, and that irresistible Hollywood glow. But behind the scenes, the market is slipping fast. In 2025, red flags are everywhere. Median home prices across LA County are still around $850,000, but they're sliding, with neighborhoods seeing 2 to 4% price drops year over year. Doesn't sound like much? With nearly million-dollar homes, even 2% equals a staggering $17,000 lost. Inventory is up 50% year over year. There are more homes, but fewer people want them. Sellers are slashing prices like it's Black Friday. Over 40% of listings in early 2025 had reductions, nearly double from just 2 years ago. And it's not just Beverly Hills. Mid-tier neighborhoods like Northridge, West Adams, and Eagle Rock are cooling off. Buyers are driving hard bargains and closing deals well under asking price. One of the main culprits? Mortgage rates. With 30-year fixed rates stuck near 6.8 to 7%, the payment on an average LA home is now over $5,500 with 20% down, compared to $3,800 just a few years ago. That's pricing out entire swaths of would-be buyers, especially as inflation lingers and jobs disappear in tech, media, and entertainment. Let's not forget the insurance crisis. In wildfire zones, major insurers have pulled out, making insurance almost impossible or outrageously expensive. That's adding hundreds, sometimes thousands, to monthly costs, crushing affordability. Bottom line, LA still looks glamorous, but the market is flickering. Rising costs, fewer buyers, and mounting inventory could turn the city of dreams into California's biggest real estate cautionary tale in 2025. Number 9. Stockton. Stockton's always been a roller coaster. It was ground zero in the 2008 crash, with prices cut in half and the city forced into bankruptcy. Now, in 2025, cracks are showing again. Median prices just peaked around $480,000, but have dipped by 3% recently, and this could be just the start. Inventory has shot up over 45% year over year, and homes are sitting longer. Days on market jumped from 27 to 44. Sellers are desperate, with 38% of listings marked down, almost double the national average. It's not a crash yet, but the energy is gone. Stockton benefited from Bay Area buyers during the pandemic, but as remote work fades and office commutes return, that pipeline is drying up. Add in 7% mortgage rates and tougher loan requirements, and buyers are priced out. The local job market is shaky, unemployment at 7%, wages lagging. Even younger buyers are sitting on the sidelines, hoping for a better deal next year. If history's any guide, Stockton swings harder than most. It's not a total collapse yet, but the warning signs couldn't be clearer. 2025 may be the year Stockton turns cold.
Number 8. Riverside. Riverside used to be the affordable LA, but in 2025, even the Inland Empire isn't immune to California's market chaos. Median prices here recently hovered around $575,000, now down 2.5% year over year, with more pain coming. That's a huge turnaround after 40% growth during the pandemic. The real problem? Inventory is up 50% compared to last year. Homes that once sold in days are now sitting for over a month, and 36% of listings are seeing price cuts. Buyers are in control, and sellers are panicking. At a 7% mortgage rate, a $575,000 house now costs $4,300 a month before taxes and insurance.
Many families are just tapping out. Meanwhile, pandemic investors are fleeing, sometimes dumping properties at a loss. Riverside's traffic, wildfire threats, and lack of transit are making buyers think twice, and new home builders are flooding the outskirts with supply. The buy now or be priced out forever era is dead. If prices keep slipping and inventory balloons, Riverside's real estate glow could fade for good in 2025. Number 7. Bakersfield. Bakersfield used to be the last affordable city in California, with median prices near $385,000, a magnet for first-time buyers, retirees, and folks fleeing high-cost metros. In 2025, even Bakersfield is getting hammered. Prices are down 1.7% this year, inventory is up 48%, and sellers are starting to sweat. The twist? Even affordable isn't affordable anymore. At nearly 7% mortgage rates, payments are $2,800 a month on an average home, a killer for a city where most households earn under $60,000 a year. Gas prices, inflation, insurance costs, especially after wildfires and droughts, they're all piling up. About 35% of listings now show price cuts. Open houses that once drew lines are almost empty. Agriculture and oil jobs, Bakersfield's backbone, are under pressure, and buyers are looking out of state for better deals. The rental market is also cooling, investors are pulling out, and even landlords are selling. It's not a free fall, but Bakersfield's market is losing steam fast.
Number 6. San Jose. San Jose was the golden goose, tech-fueled, high-demand, million-dollar homes. But in 2025, even Silicon Valley is slowing. Median prices peaked at $1.4 million, but now they're falling 1.2 to 2% year over year, with more softening predicted. What's changed? Tech layoffs at firms like Google and Meta, remote work losing its shine, and buyers refusing to pay through the nose just to be near an office. Mortgage rates near 7% mean a $1.4 million home costs over $9,200 a month, even for high earners. Inventory is up 35%, and homes are sitting for over a month, down from just 10 days in the 2021 frenzy. About 30% of listings now see price cuts. San Jose won't crash, thanks to its wealth cushion, but the market's correcting hard. Even entry-level homes are getting marked down. If you're a buyer, you won't see a total collapse, but for the first time in years, you actually have leverage. Number 5. Ventura. Ventura's got everything: coastal charm, surf culture, and neighborhoods people dream about. But even paradise can't escape this downturn. Median prices are around $820,000, up just 0.4% in the last year, and analysts say that may turn negative soon. Inventory is up 41% in Ventura County, with more homes sitting idle. Time on market is rising, especially in Oxnard and Camarillo. Nearly a third of listings are seeing price reductions, and buyers are pausing to negotiate. With rates near 7%, monthly payments on a median home are now $5,600, and that's before wild insurance hikes for coastal properties. Some owners are seeing insurance rates jump 20–30% year over year. Tourism is cooling too, hurting the short-term rental market. STR bookings are down, investors are pulling out, and new Airbnb restrictions are making it even tougher. Ventura still looks like a postcard, but the shine is fading. If rates stay high and buyers keep waiting, Ventura could be in for a chillier 2025 than anyone wants to admit.
Number 4. Oakland. Oakland used to be San Francisco's affordable neighbor. Same bay views, better weather, and lower prices. But in 2025, the party's over. Median home prices are $767,000, down 6% from last year. A huge fall, especially after the 2021 boom. Why? Tech buyers fled during the remote work craze, and nobody's rushing back. Add to that a surge in property crime, vacancies, and slow economic growth, and it's no wonder buyers are cautious. A 7% mortgage rate on a $767,000 house means a $5,400 month payment, way out of reach for most. Inventory is up 50%, homes are sitting, and over 40% of listings had price cuts in early 2025. Flippers, investors, and first-time buyers are pulling back. West Oakland and Fruitvale are seeing even deeper discounts, while desirable spots like Rockridge and Piedmont are barely holding on. Even condos and townhomes are sitting unsold. This isn't just a correction, it's a reset. Oakland is now one of California's most vulnerable big cities in 2025.
Number 3. Sacramento. Sacramento was the darling of the pandemic boom, with Bay Area buyers flooding in. Home prices jumped 40% from 2020 to 2022, but now the party's over. Median prices are now around $495,000, down from a $540,000 peak, and 2.5% lower than last year. Inventory has surged 46% since 2024. Homes once sold in bidding wars now sit for over a month, and 36% of all listings have price cuts. Neighborhoods like Elk Grove, Natomas, and Rancho Cordova are seeing big markdowns. The buy now or lose out frenzy is over. Affordability is the real killer. At nearly 7% mortgage rates, a median home requires $3,800 a month, which is just too much for many. Sacramento's economy, driven by government and healthcare, can't create the wage growth seen in tech cities, so buyers are cautious. Many Bay Area transplants are now selling or renting instead of buying. The investor crowd is also pulling back as rents level off. Sacramento won't crash like 2008, but it's absolutely resetting. For patient buyers, 2025 might be the best time to snag a deal in years. But if you look closer, there's a sense of unease settling in across Sacramento's neighborhoods. What was once seen as the affordable, logical alternative to the Bay Area is now facing its own reckoning. Local real estate agents report that open houses aren't nearly as busy as they were even a year ago. Buyers are taking their time, touring more homes, and making aggressive offers under asking price. Homes in popular areas like Midtown and East Sacramento, which used to spark bidding wars, now often sit unsold for weeks. A big factor? Taxes and insurance costs are rising too. Many first-time buyers who stretch their budgets to leave the Bay Area are realizing that owning in Sacramento isn't as cheap as it looked on paper, especially when you add in skyrocketing utility costs and the ever-present risk of wildfire or drought insurance hikes. Even longtime residents are debating whether to downsize, rent, or even relocate to smaller cities nearby like Davis, Roseville, or Folsom. On the rental front, the market is also shifting. Rents, which soared during the height of remote work, have stabilized or even dipped in some areas, making investment properties less attractive. Some investors who bought in at the peak are now facing negative cash flow and tough choices. Plus, with fewer buyers able to qualify for high monthly payments, sellers are getting creative, offering rate buydowns or covering closing costs just to seal the deal. The overall vibe in Sacramento? Cautious, uncertain, and very different from the buying frenzy of 2021 and 2022. Locals are waiting for clarity, and the once red-hot housing market is cooling. For those with patience, 2025 could turn out to be the most buyer-friendly year Sacramento has seen in over a decade. Number 2. San Diego. San Diego is California's eternal paradise. Sun, surf, tacos, and some of the most expensive real estate in the country. But even paradise is cooling. Median prices are $875,000, but after years of gains, we're finally seeing a real dip. Values have dropped about 2.1% in the past year, and it could get worse if rates stay high. Inventory is up a staggering 61% year over year, over 6,000 homes for sale, compared to under 4,000 last year. Nearly 40% of listings have price cuts, and days on market now exceed 40. Just 2 years ago, it was closer to 10. Affordability fatigue is real. A 7% mortgage means 6,000 plus payments, even for dual-income households. The average local income? About $85,000. The math just doesn't add up.
The job market is cooling too, especially in tech-adjacent sectors and tourism. Short-term rental restrictions are scaring off Airbnb investors. Despite the sunshine, San Diego is tilting toward buyers. 2025 might be the first year in a decade where patience pays off. But beneath the sunny headlines, there's growing unease among local homeowners, agents, and investors alike. For years, San Diego was seen as crash-proof, the city everyone wanted to move to, thanks to its unbeatable climate and lifestyle. Now, even highly sought-after neighborhoods like La Jolla, Del Mar, and Pacific Beach are seeing multiple price reductions and slower sales. Open houses that once drew a line down the street are now sparsely attended, and coming soon listings are sitting much longer than sellers expected. The city's luxury condo market is particularly vulnerable, with developers offering incentives and fee waivers just to get deals done. On the rental side, landlords who once raked in cash from vacation rentals are facing a squeeze. New city rules and competition from other short-term markets mean rental returns are falling, forcing some owners to list their properties for sale, further flooding the market. Plus, the influx of new apartment construction downtown and in Mission Valley is putting downward pressure on rents and raising vacancy rates. Local economists warn that if the Fed doesn't cut rates soon, and if remote work policies keep changing, the region's safe haven status could vanish overnight. San Diego's economy is still diverse, but with job growth slowing and inflation biting into household budgets, even longtime locals are whispering that a true correction, maybe even a mild crash, could finally be on the horizon. Paradise, it turns out, isn't immune to market reality.
Number 1. San Francisco, the tech capital, city of bridges, and home of sky-high prices. But in 2025, this crown jewel is cracking. Median prices have dropped to $1.12 million, down $40,000 from 2024, a 3.5% slide. Some condo markets and fringe neighborhoods are down even more. The Bay Area boom is reversing, thanks to tech layoffs, remote work, and sky-high living costs. A $1.12 million home, even with 20% down, means a $7,500 month mortgage before HOAs and taxes. Buyers are over it. Inventories up 43% in a year. Homes that once got 10+ offers now sit 45 to 50 days without a single bid. More than 35% of listings are discounted, and even the hottest neighborhoods are feeling the pinch. Remote work means former residents now buy mansions in Boise or Austin for the same price as a tiny SF apartment. Add in homelessness, safety issues, and transit headaches, and even longtime locals are leaving. San Francisco won't collapse completely. It's still a global magnet, but the shine is gone. For the first time, real estate here feels negotiable. If you've waited to buy, 2025 could be your shot at a rare deal. But beneath that high-profile exterior, San Francisco's market is facing challenges it hasn't seen in a generation. In iconic neighborhoods like No Valley and Pacific Heights, homes are quietly being delisted or relisted at much lower prices, as sellers try to navigate a buyer's market. Condos in Soma and Mission Bay are sitting unsold for months, with developers offering steep incentives, waived HOA fees, or even free parking to attract reluctant buyers. It's not just about prices. Quality of life is at stake. Headlines about crime, retail closures, and persistent homelessness are pushing some would-be buyers to consider Oakland, the peninsula, or even moving out of state. Tech workers who once drove demand for every available home are hesitating as layoffs and hiring freezes loom. Even rental prices are falling, with thousands of vacant units dotting the skyline, something almost unimaginable just a few years ago. The commercial market is also a warning sign. Office vacancy rates are at record highs, and shuttered businesses mean less foot traffic, hurting the walkability that made the city famous. Meanwhile, longtime residents are debating whether to cash out now or risk deeper drops, while newcomers are getting aggressive with lowball offers. San Francisco's reputation as a place where real estate only goes up has finally cracked. For buyers, it's a moment of opportunity, if they're brave enough to bet that the bottom is near.
For sellers, 2025 will be a test of patience and flexibility in a city that's learning, for the first time in decades, what a real estate slowdown truly feels like.